And now you know. Why? Because I went through it and I'm letting you know right here, bro. Don't do it. That shit was dumb. Feel me? And moving on to the next segment. Next segment. Things I just can't ignore that I gotta get my 2 cents on. You feel me? Check. Things I just can't ignore that I just gotta get my 2 cents on. Like I said, a lot of times when we do this segment, not every time it's going to be current events, although we do have things current. We taking some dubs today, you feel me? We starting off with my guy, Johnny Depp. It says Johnny Depp has finally won his trial, you feel me? I say this is a real W because not only did he win the trial, even though he didn't get what the fuck he was asking for, he didn't even get damn near half of what he was asking for. He got like about a quarter or 10% of what he was asking for from defamation of character. Besides that, the best W out of all of this is the trial is over. It's done. No more going back and forth to court. No more trying to plead your innocence. No more looking guilty in the eyes of the public. None of that. It's over. Hey, it's over. It's over. Hey, so check, right? This shit is over. It says, jury finds Amber Heard guilty of defamation of character. Awards Johnny Depp $15 million in damages. For real, Johnny Depp was asking for $50 million. $50 million. For real, honestly, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be still gonna be hard to recover after a case like this because she tried to say that she was a victim of abuse, domestic violence. You feel me? That's what my man Johnny Depp was faced with. Being accused of being domestically violent against a female. It says, the verdict ends here. After weeks of battling out in court, a jury found both Amber Heard and Johnny Depp guilty of defamation. Both of them? How the fuck is it both? Anyway, Depp was seeking $50 million when he slapped her with a defamation lawsuit over a 2018 opt-out she wrote for the Washington Post. And the piece Heard referred to herself as a public figure representing domestic abuse. Now, domestic abuse ain't nothing to play with. That is a serious matter. And that is a serious accusation to put on a man. Especially in the climate of America right now, during this PC climate, politically correct climate, also with this feminist movement going on, and this so-called this toxic masculinity that's said to be plaguing America, although that's not what it is. It's actually mental illness and white supremacy plaguing America, something that we need to fix. That's a different topic. Although my man Johnny Depp, they say both of them was found guilty, although my man Johnny Depp is said to be taking the W with being awarded $15 million in damages and defamation of character. Then though she said that she is a representative or says public figure representing domestic abuse, following her split from the star-studded actor Johnny Depp. After hearing over hundreds of hours of testimony and case, jurors award Johnny Depp $15 million in damages. Johnny and his legal team argued that while he was not named in Amber's opt-out piece, he allegedly lost a lot with her saying that shit. It's like he read between the lines. He like, yo, this bitch trying to say that she's a goddamn supporter. Wait, what did it say? Public figure representative of domestic abuse, and it's like you never went through that. You were just married to me. You had the fucking world. Self defamation of character, took her ass to court, suing her defamation of character, $50 million. Kind of did take an L because he didn't get the $50 million. He did only get $15 million. And like I said, the big W of all is the fact that this shit is over, and he won. So that those accusations can and should be left alone, although he'll still be faced with a lot of he say, she say bullshit that people gonna open their fucking mouth with. And Amber ain't taking this L too well. She said, her lawyer said that she's not in no way, shape, or form able to pay this motherfucker $15 million, even though she ain't gotta like pay him $15 million straight out of her pocket up front. It's gonna be done in payment plans, of course. Although They're like, no, she can't pay that shit, so she's gonna be trying to retrial this and go back to court and do this shit. So it's like, goddamn. When you think you took a W, you really taking another L because the shit gonna be going over and over. Like, goddamn, bro. The bitch gonna get something. The bitch gonna win something. Bitch gotta get something, right? Bitch! Hey! Hey! Let's go!
I don't know why your bitch wanna fuck me. I don't know why you fuck niggas can't.
But check though, right? Another thing that I gotta get my 2 cents on that I just can't ignore. My man Waka Flocka, bro. Give it up for Waka Flocka, man. No cap. Give it up for the boy Waka Flocka, man. My man Waka Flocka has got his degree. It says it's a professor. Waka Flocka receives honorary professor degree from Bible Institute of America alongside Reverend Jesse Jackson. Shout out to Reverend Jesse Jackson too. You know, Reverend Jesse Jackson was out there. Both of Reverend Jesse Jackson is well up in age. I mean, Waka Flocka, this is not his first academically credential, although this is another one. Feel me? This is another one that he has accomplished. With this degree, it says that with this degree, they'll be able to teach in colleges and he's now considered a professor, so he'll be able to teach in colleges and universities. That is a big step for a brother, no cap, man. Like, it's enough to get a well-paying job, although to be able to influence people in an academically scholarly way in universities or in colleges is a big step coming from a brother like Waka Flocka with his history and his background, being a gang member, being in the streets and being in the hip-hop industry and living that lifestyle and then transitioning, making this big transition. That is something that takes a lot of confidence, which is something that we're going to touch on today with our main topic, being titled, There's No Room for Doubt. With everything that Waka Flocka has accomplished so far, I can honestly say from what I'm witnessing, it seems to me that he comes off as a brother that has no room for doubt, only room for confidence, and I am inspired by that. So we definitely got to give it up to Waka Flocka with the accomplishments that he has accomplished so far. Moving on to the another thing that I can't ignore, right? We'll go right into this one. This is California Reparations Task Force. I never even knew we had something like this that exists. Is this only something in California? Reparations Task Force? Does every state or country in America got a Reparations Task Force? Task Force? But they wrote, California Reparations Task Force releases report detailing the harms of slavery and systematic discrimination on African Americans. So anybody that ever didn't know or didn't even believe it was such thing, well, California Reparations Task Force actually has the study and research on it. It says the California Task Force to study and develop reparations proposals for African Americans released a 500-page report detailing over 150 years of harm inflicted on African Americans in California and across the nation due to ongoing legacy of slavery and systematic discrimination. Now, I do want to say this. Reparations is something that I would say a lot of so-called African Americans do need with living in poverty or living under the means of what would be a stable living in America. Other than that, I do believe also, besides money, what African Americans need is strong male leadership and a culture with rules and regulations and discipline and norms, things that are normal, things that are seen. Yeah, we just leave it like that. It's a list. reparations isn't the end all be all. Although that's somewhere that we can, that's something that we can talk about. Other than that, just looking at what was wrote. It says the interim report covers immediate impact of enslavement as well as the effect of decades of political neglect, finding that there has been sustained damage to generations of Black Americans. Although we still will have to look at the self-decisions that we tend to have made when realizing the situations and circumstances that one is in. Although we were set in situations that we didn't put ourselves in, we still had to take accountability with the actions that we thought to take and actually did sought out to do. Other than that, since California Attorney General, this is an Attorney General now. They got a name of this shit and everything, goddamn. California Attorney General Bob Bonta stated, "Without accountability, there is no justice. For too long, our nation has ignored the harms that has been and continue to be inflicted on African Americans in California and across the country." So, this is something to take into consideration and to also not ignore. I mean, this is something that when I saw this shit, I just couldn't ignore. I actually shared this to my brother because this is a conversation that man home was having before, and like I told him how we ended it, he was at the understanding that, you know what, yeah, Black people suffered a lot of stuff coming and being enslaved in America, although we need to take accountability for the choices and decisions that we made while we were removed from slavery. That was my brother's standpoint. My standpoint is that, like the Attorney General pointed out, that there has been systematic oppression and discrimination against us. So with that, we have to take that into consideration with some of the choices and decisions that one may make under these circumstances that are being inflicted upon us. You feel me? That shit is deep. I would like y'all to take it upon yourself and look further more into this yourself if y'all take this as interest. If not, leave it to the people that do. You feel me? And we're gonna move right along to our main topic. The main topic being the title of the show. There is no room for doubt. You dig me?